Hey, in this video, I'm going to be going through an entire guide on how to use Taka, a project management application that we are launching. Couple notes about this tutorial right off the bat. This is a pre-launch build. So there's going to be a few things that are going to change and be different probably than what you're going to see. Probably going to see a few bugs that we're going to be patching in the next couple of days. So just understand that. And yeah, with that, let's get started. To start, you got to understand why we built Taka and some of our design philosophy and underlying goals with this platform. And that is this platform has one simple goal: to get stuff done as quickly as possible, to remove the barriers you have from keeping track of what needs to get done to actually getting that done. Platforms like Trello and Monday.com and Jira, they add all these extra steps and all this extra convolution to just getting stuff done. And so originally this was developed as an internal tool for us as we're building apps and stuff for other people and clients, and we devised this system of managing and running projects, and there was just no tools that could do that. So that is why we created Taka. All right, so to start, we have on our landing page, this is a ChatGPT prompt that we give it kind of to say how stupid modern project management has become. And how much is just about following trends and buzzwords and that nonsense. Anyways, and so yes, this is true. Our goal is for you to not use this application. If you're spending hours on this application, we did something seriously wrong. Our goal is for you to get stuff done, not to spend it on Taka managing getting stuff done, but to actually get that stuff done. All right, let's get started. I'm going to sign up, and I'll be right back. Once you create your account, you're going to see a screen like this, where you are to create your team. The team can be your company. It can be a group of friends that you're working on a project together. It doesn't really matter. Or it can just be your own personal thing. So let's do a test team. In the future, this is going to be image upload, so you can upload whatever custom image. A common thing you can do is send an image in a Discord channel to yourself, and it will, and you can copy that link and put it here. Really, just it's up to you. Let's create that team, and then we are on the projects page. So, couple things. Taka, this button right here is going to take you back to the task page. Tasks has all your tasks, but we don't have any. And then we have up at the top left, we have the team that we just created, and then this will open up the settings. So with that, let's start. Hang on, moving the screen over. Let's start by creating a project. Okay, so first we name the project. Call it first project. And yes, I have done this before. I recorded the entire tutorial, and then I went back and listened to it, and I discovered that my audio was absolute garbage. So now I'm having to redo the entire thing. Hey, gotta love audio-visual issues. Okay, but all right, so we'll call it first project, and then just a cool project name. Yeah, let's go with that. This is if you have multiple teams. This drop down will let you change which team you want to have associated with it. But by default, it's going to take your currently selected team up there. All right, save project. Boom. All right, first few things you're going to notice. Name of the project is here. This is pull up settings. And the delete button will delete it. This is the description, the name of the team, and then the role. So right now there's just admin contributor. So because you created it, you're obviously the admin. But let's move forward. Okay. Now you'll notice on our navigation bar we have a couple more options. We have overview and we have portal. This is the name of the project. This is new sprint Kanban. And this is the tech stack. We'll get into that later. And this is where you can invite teams if you have a premium subscription. All right, so first let's talk about sprints. In part of our design and project management philosophy, that if you are going to do something or try to get a series of things done, whether that's launch an application or a game or maybe even it's something design related, you need to have a tight time here with which to do that. Because what that's going to force you to do is it's going to force you to reduce the scope to something that you can actually achieve, and it forces you to focus on the key results you want to go after. Projects I have seen fall apart because they wanted to do everything, and as a result they got done nothing. So as a result, a sprint is, we try to keep it contained to no more than 4 weeks, typically 2 weeks. It helps us move things forward in an efficient manner. So let's create it. So let's start with, let's say it's today. Today's the 24th. And we'll do it at 12 p.m. And then the due date, which we'll put at Saturday. Why not? And then that's going to be at 12 p.m. too. You'll notice when you do that, it'll automatically generate the name. You can add or name this to be whatever you want. We, by default, it's just the shortened version of the start and end date, just so it's easier for everyone to know what the sprint was. You can ignore the price. It's going to be removed in the release build. It's part of a feature set that we're not moving forward with. All right, let's save that. And now you're going to see we have settings, which will pull up the settings. You can adjust that accordingly. And of course, your delete button. All right, let's open it up. Okay, here is the Kanban view. So at the top, you have the name of the Kanban, add list. So in this Kanban board, each list is associated with a user, aside from the week and done list. So the more people you have in the team, the more people you can add on the board. So we're named test user. I know, very clever. And so we're gonna add that board to the Kanban. Now let's create a card. And by the way, this interface is also going to change. All right, task 1, and then underneath here is the description of task 1. Now, one of the things you are going to notice is that the top card has this highlighted feature. Reason behind is that is to denote that is the most important task in this list. Because again, the idea of the Kanban view is that you can see what everyone has to do and what is the order of importance, with the top one being the most important. And so just like a normal Kanban board, you can move things to assign them to different people from your backlog to user. And then when it's done, you can click the archive button, ask if you want to archive, and then this will just archive that so that it's not going to clutter up your done list. Okay, now a few other things about this top part. So we got sprint objectives, and this is, so when you're creating your sprint, your Kanban, these are going to be like your high level objectives for this entire period of time. If you're working with a client like us, then we would use this to put our scope of work in. So it's like, okay, objective 1, objective 2, you get the point. And then when you mark one off, it will show up in this little progress bar so everyone can see how far we are. Now, in the future, we'll probably, in this drop down, the description button is probably going to be replaced with a button that will enable you to import this to the backlog list. So then you can just treat it like a normal task. This is the countdown timer so that you can stay focused. You know how much time you have until you are at the end of the sprint. And this is to keep you focused, dialed in. Let's go back to overview. Because the other thing I wanted to talk about is this tech stack part. The tech stack is, because again, we built this with software development, but you can be in pretty much any industry and use this. The idea behind it is each project, it doesn't matter if this is game development or app development or it's design, it doesn't matter. Any project you're going to have, it's going to have a lot of different resources, and it can be a pain to organize and keep track of them. Be like, oh, hey, check the Figma, and then, team members like, well, where's the Figma? I don't have the link to that, and then you have to send them the link, and you waste all this time. So that's what this whole section is for. So say for example, let's add GitHub, and so the URL to resource in this case. So right now for demonstration purposes we have github.com, but if I was using this for real, I wouldn't just link to the service. I would be as specific as possible. So instead of github.com, it'd be actually the repository where all the code is. That's where I would put that. If it was a Figma, I'd put the actual link to the wireframes. And then the link to icon, that is just again, kind of like the team photo. Most services have their link to their logo or whatever that you can just use. And we're just gonna save it. It's gonna show up here. X, you can obviously remove it. If you left click on it, it's gonna pull it up, and then if you click on it down there, you can edit it. Pretty self-explanatory. Now let's move on to the portal. So the portal is where you can communicate the progress of the project to important stakeholders or people clients, and you can choose to either make this public or private. If you make it private, only people with a link that you give them can access it. Whereas if it's public, then anyone can access it. And so right now it's on this setting, it's private, of course. This is public, kind of self-explanatory. Down here is project followers. So these are how many people are following your project. And I'll give a demonstration later on what that looks like. And then let's open up the portal so I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is our nice little project portal. At the top is the name, of course. Down below it is project overview. This is going to take you back to the overview page. If you are not a part of the project, like if you're not either a contributor or an admin, then you're gonna be able to either follow or unfollow it here. This is now down below. Here is the countdown timer of when that sprint is going to be completed. It's the exact same that is used in the Kanban board, so you're pretty much seeing the same thing. And then down here is your sprints. So this will show the latest 2 sprints. This dot shows a representation of how much time you have left to complete it. And then down here is the live feed. So this is all the things in our that we have gotten done, and then backlog is all the stuff that we are going to get done. We're working through a bug where it's not showing up, so I'll have to figure that out later. The sprint objectives, again, same thing that we filled up previously. This shows what the objectives are for that sprint. And when there's multiple sprints, you'll be able to see the specific sprint objectives in live feed and backlog for each of those individual sprints. So this isn't just project level. You can break that down. Over to, let me move the screen over. All right, and then over here we have report bug and suggest feature. When you open up those screens, you will be able to either write a bug report. If your client or customer found something wrong, they can write it up, or they can just suggest a feature, and that's going to show up in your backlog, and you'll have the ability to go through it and like, yes, I want to add this to my backlog or not, or ignore it. And so it's just, again, so easy and seamless to take ideas and feedback and to just immediately fold that into your development process instead of having to dig through emails. And then it's so annoying to have to be like, oh yeah, I was gonna fix this problem, but I can't seem to locate the email, and then you have to contact like, hey, what was that feature you suggest? The whole thing is just stupid. So as the goal of this is to just kind of eliminate all that wasted time. Now let us return and go to my favorite section, to-do page. Okay, this is honestly one of the main reasons we decided to build this platform, is this page right here. It's so important that if you just go to taka.now and you're signed in, you're going to be redirected to this page. Idea behind this page is that this is all your tasks across all projects and all teams. This is one place. If you have a question, what do I need to get done next? You go to this page and it will show you all of your tasks and all your to-dos. Because each list in the Kanban view corresponds to each user. Whenever someone moves a task to your, or creates a task and assigns it to you, or you create a task, it will add to this view. And you can add descriptions, you can mark stuff off, just how you would do a normal to-do list. And you can add tasks, another task. We are very creative tonight. Anyways, so that's, yeah. I mean, I think this is very self-explanatory. This, if you click on the name, it will take you to the project overview. You got the 3 ellipses, and you can create a checklist or delete it. I'll upgrade it, and so you can either upgrade here. There's a bunch of different places to upgrade, and pretty much anytime you run into a barrier, because the free tier gives you 1 project, 3 sprints, and 1 team. And if you want to create more stuff, it's like, hey, upgrade. Again, completely optional. Does help keep the lights on and sustain development of this project. But anyways, for the Apollo tier, unlimited projects, sprint boards, video calls, teams. You can create as many teams as you want. We named the different plans after space missions. So you got the Mercury tier, Apollo tier. Right now it's $5 a month. Again, I'll probably change in this later. Anyways, I'm going to get this and then I will be right back. Now we've unlocked the squad bar. So this is where you can add more people to the team. This is the date that they were added. If you don't have anyone in your team, then you can grab the URL and send it to them. That's exactly what we are going to do. I just added myself. Awesome. So by default, anyone you add is going to be added as a contributor, not as an admin. You can change that in this screen if you click on it, but we don't have it working for whatever reason, so we will be fixing that. But there'll be a drop down. You can select the permission level, either admin or contributor. Contributor, you have a more limited scope. You can create cards and tasks. You can edit the tech stack. The only thing you can't do, I mean, other than that, you really can't do much else. Admin, you're able to adjust all the settings, change all the stuffs. Now let's go to portal. So the other thing I wanted to show you is, all right. So now he's on the team. I'm gonna actually kick him off. So I'm gonna hit the minus button over here, and click yes, and now he is gone. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and I'm going to subscribe to this portal. You can see what it looks like when we have a follower. All right, boom. So the reason why I did that is because you can't follow a project if you're already a member of the team, because it's kind of pointless. But here you can, when you select them, we don't have this yet, but we will. But when you select them, you can see all their feedback. So if they've left any bug reports or ideas, you'll be able to click on their profile and it will show up over here somewhere. And if you want to prevent them from making those posts, then you can just kick them to give you that level of control. The other thing is, now with the upgrade, you have access to the meeting room. This is meeting is done entirely in app. You don't have to move to Zoom or Google Meet. If you have if you and the client or you and someone on the team, want just needs to resolve something, you can just click that button, and it's full screen sharing, normal capabilities like any other like Google Meet or Zoom. It's just you don't have to do all the hassle of setting up a meeting, which I absolutely hate. So that is always a plus. Yeah, so I think that is that for that section. Now let's move over to. Oh, okay. Actually, hang on. There's a couple things. So first, this page right here will list all your teams. And of course, you can add another team if you so chose. This says how many projects that team has. This is how many members are on the team. These are the settings. You can change the name. You can change the picture. This shows how many seats and then what your price is. 2 seats, $10 a month. You can remove people from your team, and this will remove them from all the projects and stuff that you have access to. And of course, you can invite people. Now for the user settings. This is the normal email, passwords, delete accounts, but you have to unsubscribe if you want to delete your account to to make sure we don't charge you. And then profile settings. In the future, there might be more. Actually, no. This is a good opportunity. So, one of the discussions that we had is how much customization options do we want to give, and the reason why we have none is because our mission, our goal is to use this tool to get stuff done. And anything that isn't getting stuff done is getting in the way. Changing your color, adding a profile picture, changing the Kanban image, all those things, they're fun, and I definitely I appreciate that sort of customization. But the thing is that you should not be using Taka that much, right? You shouldn't be using it enough where you want to start customizing, making it feel. I always kind of want you a little on edge when you're using the platform, because I want you to be focused on actually getting stuff done and not spending time tweaking and adjusting settings. The goal, again, is for you to get stuff done. And so by purposely not giving you these options, it helps focus you and helps you actually get stuff done. So, and that's why you're like, hey, why can't I change my profile picture? Why can't I? It's like, that's why. All right, billing. Yeah, this is where you can cancel your subscription, your next payment. Yeah, we will be doing a lot of updates to this page, so it'll probably not look like this when you see it. Yeah, I think it's just about everything. One more thing is you can visit, if you have a bug or question, you can click this link, and you actually can see our portal for Taka, like the official Taka portal, and you can add bugs and suggest features, which we welcome greatly. Even if you think like, oh, there's a super obvious bug they're probably working on, it's really useful to put that in and to let us know, because right now we have a lot of bugs, a lot of features that we were trying to push out. And so by you saying, hey, this bug's important, then we're like, oh, okay, we're going to bump that up in the priority. And we're going to tackle that next. And you can follow the project. We'll have probably like an email subscription updates that we're gonna add at some point. But right now, by following it, you can report bugs, just features. Again, we got our alpha launch coming up on Friday. Woohoo! You can see, so this is our previous sprint that we did from the 12th to the 24th, and this is our current one. That's Taka in a nutshell. I think this is a great place to leave off. Yeah, if you got any questions, it's probably gonna be Discord server. You can join if you want to talk to us, have any other ideas, questions, so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, I think the key point of Taka is to get stuff done, and that's our goal. And I think that's like optimizing to that is something that we'll never achieve, and it's something where we're going to be always chasing. But I think it's so important in this world of buzzwords and cargo cults and everyone trying to look productive and feel productive. I think they all end up actually being not being productive, and that's this platform's entire point, is to actually be productive. Anyways, I'm gonna get off the soapbox before it breaks. um, but yeah. Anyways, I hope that was informative. Any questions or anything, let me know. And yeah, see you guys around.